Hi everyone, welcome to Chat with Nat, a talk show where we interview Sacred Heart University students and faculty about the day in the life in our own Martyr Studios. I'm your host, Natalie Chiafari.
Thank you so much, Natalie, for having me.
Of course. How long did you serve for?
I was in the Marine Corps for 4 years.
Okay.
I served from 2008 to 2012.
And what was that like? Can you not really a day in the life, but kind of like the process or the experience of what that was kind of like?
Well, it is quite a process. So, I mean, you start out going to boot camp. It's 13 weeks of pretty much, excuse my language, but hell. And it's a little rough. It's warm in South Carolina. And really that's where they break you down and they make you a whole different person than you were before. And ever since then, I've just, been growing as a person and, catching on with life.
They knew something was wrong and I knew something was wrong as well. So that's kind of when it was time to go see a doctor and figure out what was wrong.
So what was that like? Was that scary for you?
Yeah, that was definitely scary. I never thought that I was so unhealthy to the fact that I had a tumor growing inside of me. My mom worked in the hospital, thankfully. I'm from New York, so she worked at Phelps Memorial Hospital, and it's local in Westchester where we live. And she worked there, so she was like, let me call the department and get you in. And it was like an emergency, we got in there, 1, 2, 3, and like within a second of the exam, he was like, we need to send you for an MRI and CAT scan. And my mom and I were like, what? Like naturally just in shock.
Decision just kind of was spur of the moment. It was one of those things I was unhappy with my work back where I was, and I wanted to try something new. I always loved sports, so I wanted to get into just the sports world in whatever capacity I could have.
Right.
And then I just found Sacred Heart one day on Google, like in July, and then in August I was here. So it just I got on my car and drove. It just kind of happened.
Wow. So it was kind of just like a spur of the moment thing?
Pretty much, yeah. So it's like one day I woke up and I was in Fairfield, Connecticut. And I just
just like that?
Yeah, pretty much.
So was it something where like you saw the program, or it was just kind of like an ad? Like how did that?
So I actually, it wasn't like today I'm in Florida and tomorrow I'm in Connecticut. I mean, it took at least like a month and I had to apply. So yes, I found the program because initially I was debating whether to go into like more sports business or the sports media. And then I kind of saw the program, saw the curriculum, called here and all the professors and the faculty. And it just kind of seemed like a good fit, like a small school, somewhere where I could kind of be of more importance than I went to Penn State for undergrad. And there you're more so like a number.
Okay.
So here it seemed like a little bit more personalized attention. So it caught my eye. It caught my eye for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. How was your undergrad at Penn State? What did you study?
Criminology.
Oh wow! So just a totally different.
I've been all over.
Ball game.
Yeah, whatever you want. I've been all over.
Oh my goodness! So then, what kind of drew your attention to sports broadcasting and sports business and that?
So, pretty much all my life, like I said, sports has been my main interest. It's my hobby. Just in terms of visual pleasure, whatever you see on TV, that for me that's sports.
Right.
But it's one of those things where you're sitting there as a kid watching TV. It's like you're kind of seeing people there on the monitor, but you don't know how to get there to the other side.
I had the opportunity with the Norwich Navigators to call 3 innings of play-by-play every home game, but I had to be the engineer back at the studio for road games. So I was working every day in the summer, and I guess that fella took note. And when the opportunity opened 4 years later at Sacred Heart, he kind of called me up and said, "I know you love hockey and do hockey for Quinnipiac. Would you be, willing to maybe come do our hockey games in basketball and football?" So it is funny, you never know where the opportunity is going to pop up, and who you meet 4 or 5 years before, leads you to some great opportunity. Because I love the opportunity. I'm really proud to be the voice of the Pioneers. I love Sacred Heart University.
So someone who's in college, like how do you not have the temptations of beer and McDonald's and everything else that obviously is like always at our fingertips like all the time?
Well, you have to find a balance. That's the biggest thing. Like I still enjoy going out with my friends, having quite a few drinks, and then going out for burgers or pizza or anything. It's just a matter of balance. Like I can eat, I find if I can eat about 85% of the week healthy, and the other 15% whatever I want, I'll be mentally sane. So if I can eat healthy Monday through Friday, then Friday night go out, have a few drinks with your friends, then maybe Saturday wake up in the morning, go to Best Edibles because that's the big cure, and then Saturday and Sunday kind of like transition back into that healthy lifestyle again. it fits for me. It works.
So tell me a little bit about some of the productions or some of the things that you've made that kind of, helping people in your media major. How did those two things correlate?
It all started, I studied abroad in London when I was a sophomore, and I was taking this one class that was called Human Rights in Film. And so they kind of let you pick any topic that you wanted. And the topic I chose was sexism and gender disparities. So I interviewed a lot of women, just different ages, different places they lived around London, and kind of their experience, and if they ever felt that they were sexually harassed or faced in a situation where they felt that they were unequal to men. And so I think it was that documentary that I thought that I could have a voice through film and kind of show other people's stories.
That's awesome. And then you went to India as well. So did you also get to incorporate that when you went there?
Yeah, India as well. I was a freshman and I went on a 2-week photojournalism course in India with Professor Falco from Sacred Heart and 2 other media students. And our project was to create just a photo documentary of life in India and the people we were seeing. So I kind of had a Humans of India aspect of my photo documentary, and I was really able to see the different in culture, the different in people, and how that compared to where we are in the United States.
Coming on our show
Yeah,
today.
thanks for having me. This has been great.
Awesome. Thank you. So that's it. Thanks for tuning in for the first and final season of Chat with Nat. Fortunately, I'm very bittersweet about concluding my final show, but this has been a so successful run so far. From myself, the crew, we hope that you've enjoyed the show. See you next time.